Hi there, this is Annis with Crafty Creations by Annis. This video is part of a series of classes that I taught for the May Kiwi Lane Club Kit, Squeeze a Day. There is a series of 4 videos, the first being a video showing tracing out all the templates and all the tracing for cutting for all 3 layouts. Second video is one 2-page layout. The third video is a second 2-page layout, and the third video is the third 2-page layout. All the links for the other videos will be below to help you follow and find the other ones as needed, and I just hope you enjoy it. I appreciate every single one of you that came to my classes. I did try to keep some of their documentary in it also, so I'm just not talking to myself. I did have to cut out some for privacy and just things like that. I did cut some, so you'll notice some parts of my sentences are cut out. I apologize for that. This is actually my first Zoom class, official Zoom class. I've done one for a very small group of friends previously, so this is my first official Zoom class. It was a lot of fun to do, so I did this series of classes, and it was just a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody that came out and signed up to support me and for purchasing the All Access Pass, and it was a lot of fun. So with a permission, I've kept my friend Joyce in this video. She asked great questions and interacted that I felt would be helpful as you're doing this at home. So with her permission, I've kept her in, and some of the parts she'll laugh at herself. She says that she has a hard time with these, but she is such a good scrapbooker. But she's funny. She's got a great sense of humor, and she's a good sport. So she has allowed me to keep her in this video. So I hope you just enjoy our banter, and she's just a good sport. So I appreciate that she allowed me to keep her in the video. And there was a couple other people that as it was actually without video, I was able to, without their faces and such, I was able to keep it in there, which again, I hope you enjoy, that you could actually kind of hear backwards and forwards their questions and comments, because I feel it helps with you kind of knowing what's going on when you're doing the pages. So enjoy the videos. If you have any questions, please put the questions right in the bottom of the YouTube comments for this particular video. That way I can answer you right there. But if you're asking that question, guaranteed somebody else is thinking the same thing. So if I can answer it right there, then hopefully that will answer it for somebody else that comes across that same situation. So enjoy the videos, and I am working on more upcoming classes, so be sure to jump onto my Facebook page, Crafty Creations by Annis, to see upcoming classes. And again, thank you so much for all your support, and for being a good sport and signing up for my first classes, and just enjoy the video. For this 2-page layout, you need to get your 2 dark blue background pages. Two 2-inch strips on our lemon borders, which are on the flip side, have this really crazy bright Now, for this one, we're going to use our little half borders. And when you go to do these, when you go to put it, you want to put it where your seam is. Your 2-inch strip and your border are just touching each other. So when you go to set this on top, you'll see it's impossible to make it cover that line perfectly. So what you want to do is we're going to use our relax on this side. So you just want to make sure that this right side covers, because this big old hole over here, which you can't really see good with the camera, you're going to have a big hole over here where the two join is below it. We're putting a pinwheel there, so you're not going to see that.
Okay.
So you just want to kind of make sure that here it kind of comes under, but it's just touching it. But so you're going to use your relax card here and just kind of make sure that this part, the seam is kind of covered to the best you can. And then over here, we're going to cover with a pinwheel. Okay. Perfect. One is better than the other. It's weird how that cuts. But...
And the raindrop things are going vertically, correct?
Yes.
On the background?
Correct.
Okay.
So I also told you guys to keep your background paper, your cardboard. My paper cover. Right there, buried. With your background, we are going to use the Squeeze the Day title, but right now we're not going to use that. So I'm going to cut that part off right where the package starts with all this colored paper samples. I'm going to cut that. So I got all the white off. I'm going to keep this piece. We're going to use this title later on. But what I want is this color where it shows all this variation of the beautiful papers we got. I want a 1/2 inch strip. Just like this with all the colors.
Okay.
And we're going to use the rest of that later.
Doesn't waste a thing.
Does it fit exactly, Annis, this little piece?
What, little strip?
Yeah.
So no, so you're not going to be able to cover up exactly where they meet. So you want to make sure when you use your time to relax card that you're on the right side with the border in the card. You kind of cover up this right side. This left side, we're going to use a pinwheel where it meets. So you don't have to worry about the left side, this left hump. That we're going to cover with a pinwheel. You got to worry about kind of from the middle to the right. So between the card and from the middle to the right, you want to do it the best you can.
The bigger piece goes on the left. Okay.
We also have on the corner here, we're going to have this coming up. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, but you'll see the pinwheel is going to cover over here. And then we have this, so it really isn't too, you know, we're going to be able to cover it up. But even here, see, because you just don't notice it. There's so many colors. So just cover the best you can where it joins. But from this way, worry about more so. All right.
I gotcha.
On the little paper strip, on the photo mat, I literally, like for this mat, which the Life Gives You Lemons, it's 5 segments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments of that, and I just trim it off and I put it on the edge, and it kind of ties all the paper colors in because it's like really busy, bold colors, and it kind of.
I had the direction of
bordered
the
around.
right-hand page
And at the
incorrect.
top,
You
it's
want to turn
5.
that so the border is going down the right-hand side.
Everything on this blue scallop sheet you're going to use apart from these 3. We're going to use these for our last layout. So the top edge and 2 borders we keep for our last layout. Everything else on that sheet of blue scallop paper, everybody's going to cut out. All right. How you holding in, Joyce? You okay?
I'm cutting away. September, and now you
I
got,
tend to go to the same ones, and I have to, you know, like I intentionally will just try to pick random ones because I tend to not pick the same ones all the time.
I love you know, Jason Lane, you know. Yeah, I use the same ones all the time, so.
It's like colors.
Yeah,
You always gravitate towards your favorites.
yeah. We're going to use a couple of our other journaling, not journaling mat, photo pieces, whatever they are. We're going to use Squeeze the Day. You want to keep the excess. We're going to use this.
Okay.
So cut out your Squeeze the Day and keep the scrap. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do the pinwheels. So with the pinwheels on the page, one is going to go dark side down, and then on top of it, we're going to curl one. So you want to use a rounded pencil, not like the old school hexagon pencils. You want one with a nice curve to it. And you're going to go with the longest point and just use your pencil to roll it around. It will stop it from having a really harsh crease. So that way, even when the scrapbook flattens it, it will cause it to flatten more evenly than having a really harsh crease. Then, where's my foam dots? I didn't use them all. I didn't. There we are. Put one foam dot in the middle, or foam tape, and you want to curl them all over just from the longest point in. And you don't have to curl the whole thing, just to aid you to curl it. And you want just the tip to touch the foam square. So it's just touching it, just to adhere it. All right. So you're going to curl them all in and touch it to the center. And then if you have brads, or you have a bling, or anything that you can cover that center with, put it in the center, and then just put, like, if you have like a glue dot, put that first, and that will make sure everything, all those little pieces stay put. Or once you put a brad in the middle, it'll make sure everything stays put. Or if not, just cut out like a little scrap. You'll have, where you cut out your other yellow, you'll have some scrap yellow. So if you don't have a brad or anything else, just cut out. And it doesn't even have to be a really a circle, because you won't notice once it's set in there. And basically just cut out a little spot and then stick adhesive to the spot and then stick that. And that will make sure that everything sticks, you know, good light there, sticks together. So you can either use a brad or a bling or just a tiny speck of our scrap paper, and then put adhesive on that. And that's what will hold all those points from slipping and sliding afterwards.
So 3 of these were curling, 1 is flat.
2.
2 were curling, 2
Yes,
flat.
1 on each side is flat and 1 is curled.
Do you take the whole thing, Annis? Can you show me again?
So, yep, so you're going to take your pinwheel and you want to start, you want your longest point, and that's what you're pulling over with the pencil, and you're just drawing it towards the middle and just using your pencil to help you do that. That's all it is. It's just, so that rather than causing a crease, it's causing a bend. And then once you put your little foam dot in the middle, you'll be able to then just touch it to it so it adheres, and then go to the next one, and just that long corner.
Okay.
And just until it touches in the middle. And this one I did with the, where are we? Yeah, this one I did with the brad, and then this one I just did with paper. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, they're cute how they come out. You just want something to fasten that center down and to just have a separate color to it. Those of you that are ready, those of you aren't, you can keep going. But for those of you that are just sitting there waiting, you want to grab this scrap paper and your lemon. And you want to draw 12 segments. They can be random. It doesn't have to be all the pieces. You don't have to worry about, did you get this one? Did you get that one? But I literally just trace it and kind of, you know, nest them into each other. And I say, when you cut them out, they look so wrong. They're really hard to cut, these shapes. They look like, you know, they're just not going to work out. They really, once they're done, they're cute. I mean, it's just a pop of color. They really do come out as they're inked and they're fine. It's just when you're cutting them, they just look really odd, but it works out. But you need 8 for the one lemon and 4 for the other. So you need 12 total. On the left-hand side, your half a lemon has the 4, and your 8 are on your whole lemon.
Oh.
Everyone good on doing the pinwheels? How to curl them in and one pinwheel on the left-hand side, one on the right-hand side. Both of them have the flat one behind it and one on the top. And again, it doesn't matter if you do really what color on the inside, what color on the outside, how you curl it. All right. So yes, then you want to draw your segments and cut all these tiny little pieces out. But once you have them cut, I don't have mine cut. I'm not ahead of you. Once you have them cut and you go to stick them on, the best thing to do is actually place your template back on your lemon, then put the adhesive on the piece and then stick it in a hole. Now, again, it doesn't have to be the exact segment. It will still fit because you've cut it out, but it really gives you a spacing then for where the center is. This one, I don't think I used it. Maybe I did. Yeah. It gives you an idea of where to put things for spacing. It just makes it a little easier. If not, you end up with them all over the place. You're going to need 12 total. It's funny because normally my layout pages have so many photographs and barely any scrapbooking stuff, but these people were so cute. It's like, we don't need, we just need a couple of pictures. Yeah, if any of you ever need covers for any of your machines, Jane has a business where she makes covers for your Cricuts, any machine you have, your printers, or even your kitchen stuff. But she, does it with us as scrapbookers. But she'll do it for anything. You just give her the measurements, and if there's a certain color or a certain fabric you like, she'll special order it, even if there's something specific you want, and She does a really amazing job.
Yeah.
Jane, if share it. But Joyce will literally be like, Joyce will want something for her lazy Susan. So she'll literally just hand Jane, I have this beautiful piece of fabric. Can you make something? And Jane just whips it up and comes up with these amazing pieces. As I was with this crazy double mat piece that we cut over on this right top, do is the white, once everything's stuck down, mine isn't stuck down yet, but I'm just going to show you. The pinwheel will actually cover up where the join is, where we cut through it, and this will go flat. Now I did ink it, I haven't yet, but I will ink it. This will go flush to the page, and then we'll pop dot where where trouble melts like lemon drops. We'll pop dot that, and then it will sit inside it, resulting in this. Oops, moving everything. Okay. When I stick down any of my borders, any border edges, I only ever put adhesive all the way along the flat edge. Nowhere else. There's plenty of adhesive to hold it, but then when I'm adding pictures or anything else, I can stick them under it. I can change things up without having to, of course I forgot to ink it. But I only ever just do that flat edge. So I can change things, add pictures, add whatever I want. When you're inking your lemon banner, if you kind of have it curl around your finger as you're inking, it will bend that opening up so that you're able to get in it. And just keep moving your finger along, it will kind of bend it open so you're able to get in there easily. There. No. It was funny when I went on the road with my husband. She never used to bark at people in the car, but after being in the car for 2 weeks, that became her home. So she had to defend it. So people would come up to the window and they'd be like, "What a cute little dog!" And she would literally just like all of a sudden pounce and stop barking at them and turn into this vicious. It was hysterical because she wouldn't. If they actually came to the window, then she turned into a little mouse again. But she was just like trying to be as threatening as she could, and it was just hysterical because they're like, "How cute!" And then she turned into this little monster. Don't like these masks either. They don't like, yeah, they don't like people wearing the masks. They look at them like, oh. Here the skin doctor, and I put it off long enough. I figured, I have to go. I had a lump on my back from the last time, and it's still not healing right. So I was
Leo had his arm quite a bit.
popped. But when I stuck these extra pieces, I tried not to give it too many layers. So like where it's sitting on this bottom bar, I try not to like make 3 layers in the scrapbook. So I kind of put the pop dots kind of higher. So this kind of has a separation from the background paper. Okay.
When you go to stick your segments down, use your template over the top of your lemon, and then you can put the glue inside each segment and then just drop the little pieces in, or put the glue right on the back of the little segment piece and drop that in. Having the template there will help line it all up for you, making it much easier. Saying to the other class, what I like about Kiwi Lane is you can do, a layout like this that has lots and lots of layers, but it's not difficult. It's just a process and takes time, but anybody can do it. It's just a matter of sitting and doing it. Whereas I think there's a lot of other scrapbook companies that you have to, I think, go to classes by really a level of ability, because some of them just get so complicated. Whereas this, it really is just patience and just sitting and going through it. It's not that you can't do it. It doesn't get any harder. It just takes longer.
Yeah.
We did the same thing. I did a 10-day cruise over the New Year, and it was the same thing. It was nice because it's like you could spend some time at the ports and doing excursions, but you didn't have to. You could scrapbook if you wanted, but none of the classes were during those times, so you could just
Right.
hang out and crop, but you didn't have to. And if there was no shows going on, there was
putting 2 banners on this page? Oh my goodness.
Yes. Did you think just one would be enough?
I thought,
Silly girl.
one, she's never gonna know.
I must have had a scrap left.
Yeah.
How can I use that scrap? I do think Zooming really is good. Yeah, you really kind of get to just scrapbook and chat. And
Yes, and you get to see the faces.
yeah.
Which is nice. So
Thank you.
don't show her any kind of little thing like this because she'll make something with it.
All right, you did it. You finished the
That is
second
too
layout.
kind. Thank you.
I'm going to go over it so you can make sure that you have everything in the right place. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you.
How's everybody doing on that second one? Getting there. On the left side, you have the lemons. The mat with the writing is completely flush to the paper, and then that little strip along the side, and then everything else is pop dotted. I had it pop dotted. And then I squeeze the lemon, squeeze the day lemon. I have pop dotted. And on the right side, I have the jug and the lemon pop dotted. I have the white background one flush to the paper, and then the where trouble melts like lemon drops, I pop dotted. All right, so we'll move this over.
Thank you.
Made the 12-inch paper with the 5.5 and the 6.5 inch.
Because how often do we have really nice paper but we don't have 2 sheets of it, but we want to make a layout and we
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
have 2. So yeah, you create